to the wall, my white flag high. Hair, lips just like a gun. She's got silver bullets on her tongue. He's deep under her spell. I'm screaming out, but it just won't help. I think I'm cursed. I had it first. Adeline, have mercy. You don't wanna break my heart. Take what's mine, don't hurt me. Steal my money and steal my car. Don't take my man, don't take my man. I said don't take my man, 'cause you know you can't. Put the gun down. Ooh, 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 ooh. Put the gun down. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Bailey, and welcome back to my channel. If you have watched my last episode of Becoming a Better Barrel Racer, episode 8, you need to go watch that before you watch this video. Otherwise, this is not going to make sense and it's going to be a big shock to you. So I'm standing here with Miss Fancy Pants, and we are obviously not in our normal spot. If you can see the panels that we had to put up, she is now restricted to just this area, which is really not that bad. I feel like it's actually a pretty good size for her. It's bigger than a stall would be normally. But she does not get to roam around and play and run around anymore because she is hurt. So it is now May like 15th or something like that. I don't know, I'll put the date in the video. But she injured herself April 14th, I think, is when we came home from the race at Lazy E, because she was hurt. And that following Tuesday, I had my regular vet out, and he just kind of adjusted her hips a little bit, and it kind of seemed like it was roughly the same problem that we had last summer, which she just had a really sore hip, and this time her stifle was pretty sore as well. So he gave me some Butte to give her every day, and some Previcox, which are little pills that work amazing, and also to rub liniment on her stifle and her hip every single day. The liniment actually started to burn her skin and like blister, because I guess you're supposed to rinse it off after so many uses. So I did stop using that, and a week after I had my original vet out, I had a very well recommended vet come out and look at her the following week, which was not last Monday, but the Monday before that. And she noticed that her pelvis, which a horse's pelvis is like this, like on the top of their hindquarters, their pelvis shifts down with their legs as they move, and Fancy's left pelvis was actually stuck up like this, and it wasn't moving down. I'm not sure how long it was like that, but it obviously caused a lot of pain. And so she fixed that. She adjusted at least 4 different things just in that hind left leg, and pretty much adjusted her entire body. But now she showed me a couple of stretches, which is what I'm going to show you guys here as a little update. Hello. And I'm having to keep her in here because after about a week of doing those stretches, she didn't seem to improve. So we did decide to build her a little pin so she couldn't run around and keep putting pressure on that leg. So yeah, I guess I will just show you guys that. It's been about a month exactly since she's been hurt, and I don't know if you can tell in this video, but she has already gained lots of weight, and she's very fat and happy, which is gonna suck for when I do eventually get to start riding her again. She's going to be very fat, but she tends to bounce back pretty quick for just being a wild sucker that she is. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the stretches that I've been doing with her. Okay, so I am gonna go ahead and fly spray her. So because I am gonna have to pick this leg up off the ground, I don't want her to be struggling with the flies and make her not want to stretch for me even more than she already doesn't really want to do it.
Kissing and having fun. If you're giving all of your money and time, I'm not gonna sit here wasting mine on. Ciao, adios, I'm done.
First stretch that I'm gonna do again, like the vet showed me all these stretches to do with her, so if you guys want to critique me, go ahead. I don't care. I'm just going to do what the vet told me to do because I want her to get better as quick as possible. So this first stretch, I have to pull her leg backwards and try to get it to go as straight as possible. She does not like this one. This is her least favorite stretch. Come on. She already kind of knows the routine now, so she's not real happy about it. But I put my knee on her cannon bone like this to try to keep her toe close to the ground. And I try to encourage her to relax a little bit, so I'll just rub her leg and talk to her. Good girl. And I'll start to push down on her hock. And see, she does not like it. I know. And again, I try to be really patient with her because I know it's not comfortable. Stretching out a muscle that's good girl. Good girl. Now, she didn't get it as straight as I wanted her to, but I am still just going to reward her for actually stretching it a little bit for me. And I try to do it, like each of the stretches I do about 3 times each time I do them. And I try to do them at least once a day, but usually twice a day. Right when I first get out here and then before I leave, I'll do them again. So let her sit and relax. Now ask her again. Good girl. Good girl. And I push my knee forward to kind of get her leg to extend. Good girl. I know, I know, I know. Good. Right before she pulled back, she did stretch it down a little bit, so I let her be for a second. And normally I don't have to tie her up for this, but she's just kind of wanting to walk around the pin, so I decided to go ahead and tie her up. It's gonna make you feel better. All right, I'm gonna try to do it one more time. Good girl. Good girl, I know. I know. Oh, hey, oh, oh. Good girl. That time she did really, really good, was really patient with me. So I'm gonna let her hang out for a second. In the next stretch, I will be stretching her leg forward and holding her toe to try to get her to stretch through her heel. Kind of like what they tell us to do while we're riding, is really put their weight in their heel. And I'll be pushing her hock in toward her body to really just get her to stretch all of this out, I think is what that stretch is for. If you guys know, please comment below. I didn't ask any questions of what the stretches exactly stretched. I just know that I'm supposed to do them. So, yeah, that's the one we're gonna do next. And this one she likes a lot better. She'll let me do this one a lot easier. I just don't like that she's not standing very even. It's really hard to stand. There you go. This will be a little easier. Okay. Or not. You want to put your leg down? That's fine. Okay, like I said, I'm gonna grab onto her toe and pull it up and push her hock in. If I could be in a better position for you guys to see this, I would, but I can't, obviously. Okay. Okay. Good girl. Now she'll hold that one a lot better. These flies are still getting at her front legs, which is why I think she's fighting me on it a little bit. Good girl. Now that one's even harder on me because their foot's so close to the ground, instinctively they want to just put it down, and I'm trying to keep her from dropping it all the way down. And I always try to be really careful with that one because there has been times where she has almost stepped on my fingers. So you gotta be kind of ready to pull your fingers out if they decide to put their foot down. Weirdo. What are you doing? There's no food in there, I'm sorry. And she did really good that time. She didn't fight me at all, so I went ahead and let her be done. I don't know how I'm gonna get you guys to see this next one, but this next one is you kind of just go at the top point of their butt and you start out scratching. Ooh. She doesn't really like this one very much either. So So she'll start moving around. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it. Hopefully you will. I'll zoom in if you can't. I start out just kind of scratching, and then you start to dig your nails into the top, and this whole part of her is going to flatten out and just stretch out a lot of the muscles in her hind leg. Kind of see her start to flatten out her butt. And I don't hold it for very long because she starts getting wiggly. But I'll hold it as long as I can until I think she's about to move. Do it again. Always start out scratching and then start digging your nails in a little bit. Push down. Good girl. Now she always, I normally do feel something pop in there. I'm gonna move you back this way, girlfriend. Good girl. Okay, so one more time. Oh. Start out scratching. And I don't have very long nails, so that part doesn't really matter as long as you can just kind of use them a little bit. Ooh, she really flattened out that time. Good girl. Now I just kind of rub it afterwards just to kind of let her relax. Let her know I'm not going to make her do it again. And the last one of her just like standing still is this one. I feel like this one's really common because I was actually doing this one with her before the vet showed me. So they have their like this point on their butt right here on both sides, and it's actually their pelvis, which I didn't know. But so like if you can find like the round point right here on their butt, you want to kind of put your hand right there and you push on it, and then they lean against you, which this part can be kind of hard. You're not leaning. There we go. This part can be kind of hard because they'll really try to push on you. You're leaning the wrong way. They'll really try to push on you when you, and they're obviously stronger than us, so when they really start pushing, it can be kind of a pain in the butt. Oh, there she goes. Good girl. She's trying to not stretch today. There we go. You can kind of see her leaning on me a little bit. And this one I'll do a little bit more than I do the other stretches. Here we go. Good girl. Good girl. So this next stretch, I don't even really call it a stretch because I don't really do very much of the work. I don't know how well you guys will be able to see it in this pin, but I'm going to pretty much just walk her in a really tight circle around me, and the goal is to get her inside hind leg to cross over her outside hind leg during the circle. And I guess that just really stretches out their hips and stuff like that too. I'm not really sure. I'm not a vet. I'm just doing what the vet told me to do, and I'm showing you guys. So, you can tell, you'll be able to tell if you can really see. She does not like crossing her left over her right, but she's a lot better about it going the other direction, like crossing her right over her left. So that obviously makes a lot of sense because her left one is the one that's hurt. So we'll kind of see here. Now this direction, she is not as good about it. She doesn't really want to step out with this inside leg. I'll just kind of ask her to bend her face a little bit more, because if I ask her to bend her face, her hip's naturally going to want to go to the outside. Good girl. Good girl. There we go. And then once she gets it pretty good on one side, I'll ask her to go the other way. And this way, she's a lot more willing to just step over naturally, versus the other side is a lot more difficult for her. There's a lot better. And I always try to keep her front end moving. Good girl. Good girl. And then I always try to go back to this side and do it again. A couple of circles again this way. And then I will leave her alone. Yeah, you can just tell this is a lot harder for her to go this direction than it is to the right. Good girl. Good girl. Alright, so that is all we have for this video. It's just kind of giving you guys an update on Miss Fancy Pants. She is really, emotionally, she's doing just fine. And she does still, like I said, she was still running around in the pasture, which is why we had to confine her to this spot. And she would chase after my car and all that kinds of stuff when I would pull up. So she is definitely mentally okay. It's just physically we want to try to restrict her movement a little bit more, other than when I come out and stretch her. And hopefully we can get this whole thing figured out. I really want her to get better. I haven't made a run in literally a month since our epic failure of a run last time you guys saw us. So obviously that kind of sucked. And I'm really just super excited to get back on her. Hopefully it'll be sooner than later. But keep praying for us. Obviously, for the time being, the Becoming a Better Barrel Racer episodes will be on hold. I will not stop making videos, though. I will still have a video every single Monday. And they will just be of different things. They won't necessarily be of me and this girl going and running. Obviously, you guys know I have a 2-year-old back here. I don't know if you can see her. She's a 3-year-old, actually. She's the black filly. And then the sorrel is my 2-year-old that I will be breaking. So we will definitely have plenty of stuff to video. And, of course, starting my job at my other barn. And my horses will be moving there at the end of the month, at the end of May. So there will still be plenty of content to make, just not any of actual barrel racing, which kind of sucks, right? You know? But yeah, thank you guys for watching.